Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be doing a very effective hair growth butter. This butter is going to help your hair grow massively, and we're going to be using moringa leaves for this. If you have fresh moringa leaves, then feel free to use it as well, but I'm going to be using dried blended moringa leaves powder, and this is what it looks like. I dehydrated these leaves and blended them into powder, so I'm going to be using that. And to begin, just going to add in some of the powder into my bowl, and I used about 1.5 tablespoons for this entire process, and that is just okay. And then I'm just going to introduce my oil, and I'll be using pure almond oil for this. This oil is very good for your hair. It nourishes and strengthens the hair. It prevents dandruff and scalp infections. It promotes hair growth. It prevents hair loss. It conditions the hair, and it helps to tame frizz and flyaways. And this oil can add shine and breathe life into dull hair. Okay, this oil is very good, and if you have another carrier oil, then feel free to use that. So the next thing I'm going to do is to put this into a pot of boiling water so that the moringa will get infused into the oil, okay, just as you can see me do. So while we do that, let's talk about some of the benefits of moringa for our hair. And it adds shine to the hair, and the omega-3 fatty acids found in this forms a protective barrier that smooths the hair cuticles, reduces frizz, and enhances the hair's reflective properties. Moringa leaves soothes and balances the scalp. Its fatty acid content helps to lock in moisture, soothes the scalp, and reduces irritation. Moringa leaves stimulates hair growth. So this oil contains fatty acid compounds and antioxidants that improve blood circulation to the scalp, promoting hair growth and all that good stuff. And it also strengthens and protects the hair from roots to tips. And this oil effectively supercharges the hair follicles, reducing hair breakage and split ends. And then the last we'll talk about is the fact that it nourishes and moisturizes the hair. It provides essential nourishment to your hair follicles, and this helps to promote healthy hair growth by providing the necessary nutrients for strong and resilient strands. So as you can see, I'm done, and the oil is well infused now. So I just took it off of the heat, and I'm going to cover it and set it aside to cool down completely. While that is cooling off, I'm just going to go ahead to prep my shea butter. And here is my raw unadulterated shea butter, and I'm just going to go ahead to pour that into my bowl, and I'm going to let this melt. And I'm using a double boiling method, and I'm not going to be boiling this directly on the stove. Rather, I'll put it in hot water so it can melt gradually. You don't want your shea butter to be all fried, so you don't need to put this on fire. Just warm water or hot water is enough to melt it down, and you can already see that melting. So next, my oil is cooled down now, so I'm just going to go ahead to filter this and get it ready for hair butter. And feel free to use a cheesecloth, a muslin cloth, or a strainer depending on what you have available with you. So you just make sure you strain it properly and get rid of the chaff. And even if you have tiny particles of this in your hair butter, trust me that it is not completely out of place. It still helps your hair real good. And then now that I'm done straining this, I'm just going to go ahead to pour that into my shea butter. It's all melted now, as you can see, and you just go in with your oil, and I'll just pour everything in there and then introduce the next thing I'm going to add to this, and I'll be adding a few essential oils. And the first one I'll use is sweet orange essential oil. This oil treats dry, irritated scalp and eliminates dandruff. It provides deep nourishment to your hair follicles, making them thick and strong. And next is peppermint oil, and we all know how peppermint oil has a cooling sensation, and this oil also increases blood circulation and promotes hair growth. And then the next oil we're going to use is lavender oil, and this oil has a calming effect. It prevents and kills head lice. It helps promote hair growth, and it curbs skin inflammation, soothes and calms the scalp. And then the last essential oil we're going to use is lemongrass, and this oil deeply moisturizes the hair. It reduces inflammation, it promotes new hair growth, and it is just amazing for the hair. And I added 8 drops of these oils to the shea butter, and now you're just going to go ahead to give this a good stir. Mix it up so all the oils are combined well together with the butter, and I'm just going to go ahead to cover this with a cling film and put it in the fridge so that it can solidify, and then we can whip it. Okay, so just put it in the freezer until it solidifies to an extent, and then it is time for the proper making of the butter. So off it goes into the fridge, and after a while I brought it out. Guys, this butter we're making is what your hair needs. It's going to make your hair grow massively. Trust me that your hair will appreciate the vitamin richness of this butter, so make sure that you don't sleep on this one. So right now this is what it looks like, but hold up. So this wasn't frozen enough, so I had to put it back in the fridge so it would solidify better, because I tried whipping it but it wasn't giving me the result I wanted. So I just had to put it in the fridge again for about an hour, and that is why you can see the bowl looking quite messy. So this is what it looks like now, and it is perfect, and we'll go ahead to whip the butter. That is the reason why it's not good to rush these things. Just give it time, take your time so that you can get the desired results. Okay, don't be in a rush. Just let the butter solidify to an extent so that when you whip it, it will come out perfectly. So moving on, the next process is pretty simple. All you have to do is just continue whipping your butter until it forms a fluffy batter. Okay, and you also notice that the quantity begins to double in size. So while you whip, it's good to stop from time to time so you can scrape the edges of your bowl, because sometimes the oils tend to settle at the bottom or at the sides and are not well combined. So just use a spoon or a spatula to scrape the sides, and then you continue whipping. Okay, so that's all you just have to do. You keep whipping, and then if you notice that there are parts that are not well combined, you pause again, use your spoon or a spatula to scrape around, and you continue whipping, and that's just it. So guys, this butter is going to help your hair grow beautifully. Okay, the key to healthy hair is just to retain as much moisture as you can, right? So this butter is sure to lock in moisture and hydrate your hair for weekly maintenance. So make sure you try this out and give me feedback after using this for a while. Just come back to this video and drop a comment and tell me your experience with making and using this recipe. So after a few minutes, our butter is ready because it is very creamy and fluffy now, just like whipped cream. So you're just going to go ahead to transfer your butter into a container and store this in a cool and dry place. Okay, and This butter, guys, I'm telling you that is something you need. Just try this out and it's going to help your hair. And this butter works for all hair types. Okay, it works for all hair types, and you can use these on the ends of your hair to smoothen frizzy ends, and you can also use this on your edges. It works as an edge tamer, and it also smoothens the hair and adds shine. So I'm just going to dab a little bit on the back of my hand, and you can see how moisturizing it is. Trust me, just a little goes a long way. Okay, so you don't even need to apply much on your hair, but it does wonders. So tell me whether you're going to be trying this recipe out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment in the comment section. Share the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe so that the family can keep growing larger. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, remain blessed and remain safe.